Some of the rules. Okay, somebody, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, you know, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce. This is the golden nuggets, not the coach. Just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody. If you don't know how to handle it, you might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket. Welcome to the Aftermarket live chat and watch party sponsored by American Dream Trading, who is the best place to learn how to become a day trader, especially if you're brand new and have no experience. Our coach, Chad Christian, has created over 11 millionaires, and at least half of them had no experience whatsoever trading in the stock market. Not to mention he's retired hundreds of people with his simple strategy. So if you're looking for a place to learn how to trade, go ahead and click the link that is pinned to the top of the live chat. or it may be through there a couple different times. And it's also for you in the replay game back in the description of the video. It's AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you go there, you can go ahead and get signed up with any one of our wonderful memberships, the VIP, the premium memberships. You can get the VIP complete. And I'm sure that with any of them, you'll be pleasantly surprised. You know, a lot of our members join for Coach, but they end up staying for the community. It's like a family. And the way that Coach trains us, he trains us how to actually enter and exit trades properly. We don't chase call outs over here. We're actually an educational group that learns how to trade properly. So shout out to you, Coach. And thank you for letting us use your YouTube channel, Twitch. Welcome. How are all of you? Facebook, whole 9 yards. You know, he lets us use this to just kind of decompress after the market's over. Market can be stressful. So it's good to have a place where traders can come and just relax, let our hair down, and just kind of talk to each other, because nobody else understands us, right? Nobody who doesn't trade understands what we go through. So we have to talk to each other. So welcome to the Aftermarket. This is your show. A couple more housekeeping rules I need us to look at. We are trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers, and right now we are sitting at 13,390. So way to go, everybody. We're getting them in. Only 1610 to go. 1610 to go, and we will be at 15,000 subscribers. Way to go. Thanks for sharing the content. And speaking of which, please don't forget to share the content, like the video, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button. The cool thing is all of that is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a dime to do any of that. So get to smashing that like button, everybody. Let's see who we got down here. I saw James L. and Miranda first thing. Welcome, you two. How you doing? How art thou? All right, we got the links down there. We got the stream link. Bucko, what's up, Bucko? Bucko 504 is in the house. Pebbles, I see you, Pebbles. Joe Pink, hey, yo. Hey, yo. American Dream Trading, come on home. Broken Equilibrium is down there. What's up, B&E? How you doing, bud? Jeanette! Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Jeanette, MBRX. Woo, girl. Paid. Love that thing. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Bucko. How are you, buddy? Coming up and hanging out with us on the panel for a few minutes tonight. Miranda, love your face, baby. Thank you for putting the special in there. So Miranda said 20% off with code LOVE when you sign up to be a member of American Dream Trading. 20% off of any of your memberships that you pay tonight. Code LOVE, LOVE. Put it in there and get 20% off. We go live 3 times a day, by the way. Normally, Coach goes live from 9 a.m. weekdays from 9 to 11. Shout out to Mark McSee, because we also go live from 2 to 4 with Mark McSee, who does our futures training. But for Thursday and Friday, Mark's not only been doing the futures training from 2 to 4, he's also been doing covering Coach from 9 to 11, because shout out to Coach and shout out to his family. Coach's son is getting married this weekend. Congratulations, Chad. So yeah, hopefully, you know, they are off enjoying nuptials, and you know, we just want to wish him and his family all the best. And Mark McSee, you did a fantastic job covering AmericanDreamTrading.com. He loves to do that. He loves to do that. I'm just, you know, but Mark, we love your face. You did an awesome job the past couple of days, bud. So thank you. So yes, we go live for free training Monday through Friday, 3 times a day, 9 to 11 with Coach, 2 to 4 with Mark McSee doing futures training, and 5 to 7 on the aftermarket. Sometimes 5 to 6, depending on how it flows, 6:30. We started 5 promptly, but we were fluid with the ending of the show. So, oh man, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I want to give a shout out to my baby, Vegan Knowledge. She has just about finished a book that she is writing called Sad to Glad. And I know a lot of our members are excited about, checking that out when she's done with it. So I just want to keep you guys updated that it will be coming very soon. She's looking forward to sharing that. So happy Valentine's Day, baby. Mwah, I love you. And thank you for always supporting me in what I'm doing over here with American Dream Trading, and also being a new member of the group and getting into it as well. Instead of looking at me like I have 10 heads, she chose to embrace it and try to learn it for herself. So we expect to be a trading household pretty soon. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week. This is Freestyle Friday. We usually just, we don't have a particular topic set up. We just kind of wing it and talk about our week, reflect on our week. How did we do? Was it a green week? Was it a semi-green week? Maybe half green, half red? Did you break even? I had a great day today. I had a fantastic, just as much as I'd like to say it was a laid back training day, trading day. It was extremely stressful, but it worked out. I ended up very, very green. I chose to, I followed one of our millionaire moderators who also happens to be a personal friend of mine. Shout out to you, Government Cheese. And he, he talks about meta quite a bit. And sometimes I dabble with it and sometimes I leave it alone. But I have really been on my scalp game this week. I've been trading literally in front of the group in the mornings. I've been putting my positions on the screen so that they can see when I get in and out of trades. Now, I'm not doing huge trades for large amounts of money. I'm just focused on getting green trades. I did have a couple of red trades, but pretty much nine out of 10 of them are green. And, that helped me go into meta. So I heard him say something this morning I've heard him say a few times, and that is he looks for his absolute perfect setup. What is the perfect setup? Well, it is, you know what? Hold on. Let's see if we can find one real quick. I know I wasn't in Apple today, but I heard it was taken off. Actually, you know what? Let's look at Meta, really. I want to show you what made me get into it. All right, let me share my screen. Now, don't forget down there, the link to the stream is there. If you want to come up on the panel and tell us about your week, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, we won't be here long. We'll just go over a couple trades and then I'll go ahead and let you guys go. So if you want to come up and hang out on the panel, make it quick. Ready to get this weekend started like I know so many of you are. Let's see. What is Meta? All right. So look at this. This is Meta today, right? Now, what do we mean by the perfect setup? Well, take a look at these indicators. Better yet, this is even better. Take a look at these indicators. Now, we are taught to use VWAP first and foremost, which is right here, this yellow line, right? VWAP is this yellow line. We are taught to make sure that if we're going to get into a call, we are above VWAP, and if we're going to get into a put, we're under VWAP or short the stock, right? We also use EMAs. Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. I got a message on the screen here. I want to make sure that everything is copacetic here. Observation President's Day, all major U.S. Oh, yeah. It's just a message on there saying that Monday the market is going to be closed. And we got somebody backstage. Hey, Pebbles.
Hello, Dawn.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, very nice.
Amazing. So, just describing this perfect setup here, right? So, what I didn't get in here, but here is what Government Cheese would consider the perfect setup. You see this stair step here? Well, if you're scalping, you're looking to get in where the 9 tells you to get in. When the candles cross over the 9, that's your entry point. When they're above the 9 and the 9 is above this blue line here, which is the 21 EMA. So you got the 9 EMA, which will go first. Then you've got the 21 EMA. And then you've got the 55, right? Which you can see never made it over VWAP right here. But that didn't stop this. Really, when you're scalping the 9 and the 21, it's another thing I heard Government Cheese say today. He doesn't really pay attention as much to the 55 and the 200, which is down here. He mostly is concerned with the 9 and the 21, which makes perfect sense because those are the ones that pertain to scalping, right? Well, I got into this trade. Hold on, let me see. What do I still have it on the 3-minute? Yep. I traded on the 3-minute today because, quite frankly, this here drove me nuts. And I'm glad I did because this might not have happened for me today. So let's go back to the 1 minute and see what that looked like on the 1 minute. I'm curious to see this, Pebbles. All right. Wow. Yeah. A lot of information there. Way more information than I saw. Holy crap. Yeah. That's wild. So what time did I get in? I should have already had this pre-written. Pebbles, did you trade today?
Yes, I did.
What'd you do?
I had a green trade this morning with real money, and I was really happy about that. So then I went on and traded Apple, and I had 6 more green trades.
Nice.
Let's put it this way: I didn't have a red trade today.
Good for you, Pebbles. Was it Apple?
Well, I started out with Apple, and I went to AAPU.
Okay. Which is the Apple stock. Well, it's a Direxicon or whatever they call that.
Yeah.
Lower version of Apple. That's awesome. Yeah, I noticed you mentioning that a lot. You must really get into those that one. I remember F2 was getting into TSLL like that before he switched over to Apple.
Yeah, it was a great day. It was a very nice Valentine present for me today.
I know. That's good. I'm so proud of you. What would you say caused you to be green in all of your trades today? Was it just your trading confidence? Was it a strategy that you used?
Well, this is a strategy you just explained, actually.
Okay.
The candle crossing the 9.
Look who's listening. I love it. The candle crossing the 9, and was the 9 above the 21 as well?
Pardon?
The 9 was also above the 21. Are you using the 20? You're using the 21 too. Are you on Weeble,
Yeah.
like with the setup?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Nice.
And the only thing is, like Coach says, don't, take some off the table, but keep the runners in there. I didn't do that. I took it out, but then I went right back in.
Okay,
And,
so you scalped.
well, I was scalping, 100%, and then going back in.
Nice.
But I did I would only buy 10 shares at a time, and then I would take off 2 shares, kind of scalping going up, and then I'd always keep something in reserve, and it would pull back, and then I would enter again. So.
You want to tell us what times you got in? We can take a look at the trades.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you on the 2-minute EWO or 1 minute or 3 minute or what time frame were you on?
Let me see here. Boy, it's cold in my basement. I'm just freezing to death down here.
I know you're up there in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have any more snow. That snow left so quickly. It came and went just as quickly as it came.
Yeah, the first one I got in was there's 8:54.
What time frame was it on?
I think it was a 2 minute, but I was jumping back and forth from 1 minute to 2 minutes. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna leave it on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
And what time did you say you got in roughly?
8:54. Oh, that 9:54. Your turn. Eastern time.
Okay. So 9:54. Let's go find it on the 1 minute. All right. So that's right here. That is 9:54 right here on the 1 minute. Which is this candle right here, which is just a little bit below the 9. And actually, maybe if you got in on the 2 minute, you probably got in right here. So either way, it was right in this area here. Let's take a look at it on the 2 minute.
Well, here it's 9:33.
You got in it at 9:33?
Yeah.
You just told me 9:54. All right, Pebbles.
I know.
9:33. Okay, hold on one second.
That's I think that's Central Time.
So so Eastern Time, what time did you get in?
That would be 10:33. But that doesn't look right either.
Hey, Pebbles, what are you drinking?
I don't know.
Give me a time, Pebbles. One time.
9:33. How's that?
Let's do that. Let's do that one.
Central Time.
All right, so we'll just go with this time here. 9:33. So you got him pretty much as soon as the bell rang, damn near.
Yeah, by mistake. I was going to wait until 10 or I was going to wait for a half an hour, but I got in too early. But as long as I was there and it was going up, I stayed.
Okay. So your
hand
34.55 on the mouse and got in that trade.
Got in 34.55 price.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, the cool thing is you ended up green, and you had
like the third. On the 2 minute, it would be the third candle in.
Third one in. Am I on the 2 minute? Nope, I'm on the 1 minute.
But I'm in the APU. AAPU.
All right, so we got AAPU on the 2 minute, and this right here is 940. Okay, so yeah,
32.
932 is right here. So you got him roughly right here. Now, this is a good entry, though. This is a good entry because even though the 9 is fighting with VWAP right here, it's over the 21 and it broke out over the 9 here. That's, I mean, if you're gonna scalp it and not try to bake a cake in there, as Government Cheese says, this is a good entry. You know?
You know, your chart and my chart are two different things.
Yeah, I don't know.
My VWAP is the lower part of the candle is in my VWAP.
Well,
on the third EWO candle.
okay.
Bar.
You but you're not giving me like specifics. So you gave me like 5 different times, 2 different times.
It would be 9:33, I guess.
Okay.
I'm on the 2 minutes, so it's hard to tell.
Well, we're on the 2. So you got him roughly right around here. You know?
Yeah.
That's a good entry. That's a really good entry. You know? You have way above the 9. And this is even if you're on a 1 minute. You're way above the 9. And the 9 is above the 21. So you did really good there. When's the next time that you got in? Do you know when you got out of that trade and got in your next one? Because if you look, he's way above the 9 here when he got in, and this rode all the way up. So this is good separation between the EMAs. It's over VWAP. So yeah, that was a really good entry.
All right, just a second here. What the heck is this thing? Okay. Orders.
Bucko said, back in the day, I used to buy
9:33.
Mikey D.
Okay, next time I got into it was 9:44. It was at 34.
Okay. So 944 is right here. That's 954. 948. Okay, so this is 944 right here. Okay, so you must have scalped, got out, and then re-entered here. And when did you get out of this one?
Okay, I got out. Well, I kind of had some problems. I initially bought 10, and I didn't quite sell them all. I guess I left one in. So I ended up buying one there, and then I sold 2 at 946.
Okay. So that's right in here with this red candle. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Everything's still happening above the 9. So basically you took this area here and just kind of got in and out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And each time you got in and out, how much did you make each time you got in and out? Like a couple bucks, $10, $5?
Yeah, I ended up with 37.
Okay. Nice.
So, yeah, the next time I went in was at 9:54, and I bought
Mhm. Okay. Cool.
10. And I got out of those in um, twice, and I got out at 10:02. Uh, and I bought again at 10:06.
Okay.
You know, I could have just bought it and just stayed in. I got to learn how to do that part of it, but you know,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
green was the first thing I was interested in.
Yeah, that's your priority, right? You
It
can
was today.
me too. Me too. But you bought here. Yeah, if you bought here and kept that initial buy-in and rode it all the way up here to this particular high of day, you would have really, really cashed out. But it doesn't really matter because you were green. What you did was still awesome by getting in and out. Probably what coach would tell you to do is instead of getting, different shares, just get, probably about how many did you get all together? Like 5 times you entered, you said?
I don't know how many shares I got totally, but I know that when I got back from the dentist's office, I went on again, and and
So let's just
I
say you
went. I actually went in at 15:53, and I bought 10 more.
okay. So basically you average probably about $3 a run, basically.
Yeah,
Something
uh,
like that. Three to
no,
five dollars a run,
yeah.
which is excellent. If you got in and out about 5 or 6 times and you averaged like $5 a shot, that is insanely good. Should really give yourself a pat on the back, man. We got to give him the bell, y'all, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to get in and out, and every time you get in a trade, it's risky. Did you use stops in there at all?
I had stops on all of them,
Good for
and
you.
actually, the stop took me out. I think twice.
Okay, which is what they're supposed to do, right?
Yeah,
Good for you. See, that's what I mean by trading the right way. We're taught the right way over here, and a lot of people are just taught to just chase call outs, and all they do is just listen for somebody to call something out and just go jump in it. And that's where a lot of people who come through this group, you know, those that stick are the ones that follow coach's rules, like what you're doing. Those that fail are the ones that come in and just go willy-nilly and throw a bunch of money in and just shoot for the fences, not look at one damn chart, not pay attention to one candle, and just get in because somebody calls something out. You're putting your livelihood in the hands of somebody else who may or may not know what the hell they're doing.
yeah.
So it's kind of like, if such and such told you to jump off the bridge, would you do it? Even if they jumped off the bridge first? No, you got to use your own mind. And that's what you did today. You used the skills that you picked up to make $30 by getting in and out of the trades properly. And you did it successfully 5 or 6, 7 times. That's hard to do. That is hard to do. So at least without losing some money, because somebody would say that you're over trading. Not really. Coach says you should do 3 to 5 trades a day. So you fell within that guideline. You used your stops, so you were protected, because it's not just about making the money, it's about protecting it too, right?
True.
So you did that. Good for you. And you're getting more consistent, which is even more important. Add that icing to the cake.
Yeah.
I don't know, Pebbles. You might be in the Millionaires Club within the next year or two, bud.
I want to be in the $100 club.
Well, you're getting there. You're certainly getting there. Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be making hundreds of dollars a day. And next thing you know, you'll increase your position size. And if you're happy making that, have at it. Some people don't want the whole, $1 million dream and all. They just want enough to get by. They just want enough to put food on their table. You know what I mean? They don't have to swing for the fences or ride the highest tide, right?
Well, the
Pink
thing
Floyd
is,
said,
I've thought about making more money, $1 million or something like that. But,
yeah.
as much trouble as I've had so far getting this far, I'd have to learn how to do all that tax stuff then, And
Yeah, but the
of
cool
course,
thing
I've
is,
got an accountant, so she can do it. But
okay. And at that point, if you are making that kind of money, it's just a trivial thing. You just pay it and move on because you
yeah.
have the skill to just keep making more and more money. So, death and taxes, my brother. Death and taxes. Can't get away from them. Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
That's true. And by the way, if you're ever going to go in the water, you want to jump in because breaking your back or your legs is one thing, but breaking your neck is a whole different thing.
So true story. There was a DJ, female DJ, years ago in Baltimore named K Swift, right? She was pretty popular. And she would go around, do a lot of parties. She got really huge. How she ended up dying was she had a birthday party at her house, had a pool in the backyard. She apparently wandered out there, Pebbles, drunk out of her mind, right?
Yeah.
And she was a good kid, she was a good lady. She wasn't like a drunkard. She was having fun. She was at her birthday party. And nobody monitored what she was doing. Apparently, she wandered out there, had so many drinks, and jumped in head first, cracked her head at the bottom of the pool, apparently. And I think she broke her neck or something like that. And nobody knew she even had jumped in the pool until like hours later. So that was a big thing in Baltimore. It was like maybe right before we moved down here, like 17 years ago. So,
I remember one summer working at the hospital, we had 5 kids that came in with broken necks.
Oh my God.
And I don't think any of them walked out.
Oh man.
I was,
Yeah, that's devastating.
do that.
That's not cool. So I felt really bad because she was a really popular DJ too. So I'm sure those parents felt responsible because they didn't watch their kids, maybe, huh? Because how young were they?
Oh, they were in college.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Grown kids. Okay.
Probably drunk kids, yeah.
Grown
Of
kids.
course I never tipped ones, but more than one.
Oh man.
That's in my past, however. One beer puts me asleep now.
I know, right? I don't drink at all really anymore.
No.
But yeah, one beer will knock me on my ass. I got in Meta today at I got 10 contracts at wait a minute, hold on, where did I get in at here? Oh, that's when I sold them. Hold on. Where are you? Oh, that's the 13th. Hold on. Yeah, because this was the only. Okay, here we go. Buy Meta. And it was the 742.5 contracts. I bought in at 958. I actually waited, Pebbles. Aren't you proud of me?
Mm-hmm.
I sat on my hands and I waited. I bought 10 contracts. Total cost $320. And I got in at 958. So I was on the 1 minute when I got in and I switched over. So if we're looking at this here, wait till you see this shit that I sat in. Oh my God. 958, 10.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what the hell am I doing? 958. Okay, it's right here. Right here is where I got in. So here to me was the setup. The 9 was over VWAP, right? And it
Yeah.
was over the 2, it was over the 21. So that's the one, right? No, 954. Yeah, 958. Okay, so I got in here. Right, because I remember getting in here because I didn't want to get in on any gamma candles. So when this pulled back, that's when I got in. So I'm in it here, right? And when this happened, I was scared shitless, but I did not get out of it because it didn't go below the 9.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to stomach, especially in something like Meta, because I believe with those 10 contracts at that level, Meta has a lot of delta, even, you know what I mean? Even that far out of the money. And I think I went down like 40, $50 right here. So I'm thinking shit, you know?
Yeah.
But I stayed in it, stayed in it, stayed in it, stayed in it. And then this came up, right? Because it never broke below VWAP. So I stayed in it. It respected the 21. And then it came up here. Now, I still, by the time it got down here, I was down probably $140.
Where was your stop?
I didn't have one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get on here and lie. I didn't have one. I use manual stops because I literally had it in my mind that I was good. I was okay with losing the 320. I wasn't going to lose all of it, but I had to be okay with it because at this point, if I had allocated that for trading today, so I had to be okay with if I did happen to lose that money, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I had no intention on losing all of that, but I was watching Meta, and when Mark McSee called out that Meta was at its 52-week high, and I saw this bounce back here because it didn't, you know what I mean? It didn't go all the way down here. So I'm like, you know what? This is already retesting that area. I think Meta wants to break its 52-week high. Now, it wasn't an all-time high because there were things on the L2 that indicated otherwise. There was levels at like $765, $780. I'm like, okay, so that's not an all-time high. It's been much higher, right? So I knew that it had the potential to go beyond the 52-week high. And when Coach teaches us, well, first of all, let's put it this way. Coach teaches us to use stops. So I know he wouldn't condone me not using a stop, right? So for that, I'm definitely wrong. But I'm pretty good at managing, my trade, right? And my risk level based on what I'm allowing myself to play, because I like to let it work a little bit. So here's the deal. When it came back and retested that area so quick, that let me know that it was on. It was on. Meta was ready to run, right? So I stayed in it. And when this happened, I still didn't get scared out because now it's still riding the 9. But then it came down here. Well, this is where I did something that I said, okay, if you're ever going to break out of this area that you're in, you got to stop panic selling. So when I saw, I went over and looked at my P&L because remember I trade on my phone. I was on Webull. I watched the trade on Webull, and I remember telling Nate this story earlier. I put it on the 3-minute. So let me show you what this looks like on the 3-minute. I put it on the 3-minute.
Up, up, up. There we go.
Yeah, right there. What the hell? All right, let me squeeze this in. Okay. Looks much better, doesn't it? Doesn't look like it's... Yeah, looks much better. Not so much action, not so much craziness. I did that to calm my mind down. And I said, if you're ever going to get into the upper echelons of trading, you know what you're doing. You know what you're looking at right now. This is a good trade. There's a difference between a pullback and a full, this thing is going to the shitter. I didn't see that this was going to the shitter. And I've seen Meta do this countless times where it stays up like this. It does some dipping. But if you can't stomach that, how will you ever get to millions of dollars?
Yeah,
You won't.
There was no confirmation below the V, so.
Yeah. And if I can't take a $200 hit, look at some of the hits Nate takes when he's in trades for thousands of dollars. A pullback can mean $2,000 easy to him. If I can't stomach a $200 hit on a pullback, I'm never going to be able to get into that area. So I forced myself to sit there and deal with that, right? And if it had gone down here, I was going to get out, right? That was the plan, but it didn't. It did just what I thought it was going to do based on what I'm looking at the behavior of the chart. So I'm like, okay, it keeps retesting that area. It's going to break through. And that's literally exactly what it did. It started climbing. It came down. It did another dip, right? And then the next thing I knew, this was happening. And all of a sudden, I started laughing. When I got here and saw nothing but green going up, I was like, you did it! You freaking did it! You made it through all the mess and you stuck it out, because I've seen Meta do this before and I would have panic sold out, took a $200 loss instead of making $432.
So the question is,
yeah,
are you going to use the 3-minute from now on, or are you going to?
You know what? Yeah. And who's told me that? I think Maria said she likes the 3-minute. I think I may have picked that up from Maria. But when it starts getting choppy like that, yeah, that's what I'm going to do to quiet my mind down. But yeah, and I was glad, because as soon as this wick came out here of this second candle, it hesitated right here. It took a long time. It took 3 minutes for this candle to form. But when I saw that happening, the indecision battle back and forth with this candle, I went on ahead and sold 9 of the contracts, because I said, if this thing goes higher, I'm going to be pissed if I got all the way out. But I wanted as much of this money as I could grab. So I sold 9. I didn't go 50. I sold 9. I left 1 in. And when it got down here, I went on ahead and sold it for another $75 on top. So, nice. Yeah, it was cool. And as you can see, that was a good sell, because it kept continuing down. And honestly, after that, I didn't look at it anymore. So I didn't see it coming back up here. But either way, it came up to where I got out anyway. So, and where I got out at, it just came right back there. I wouldn't have had the same money as I got out here, because I would have had to deal with all of that and it climbing back up again. So I just took it.
Nice trade.
Thank you. That was nerve-wracking, man. I got to tell you, sitting in all of this chop, watching, and that's 2 things that I did. So I put it on the 3-minute to calm my mind. I turned away from the screen, looked at my phone, and just watched the trade. I looked back and forth between the L2 and time and sales to see the flow of the order, so that I would know if it was in a downturn and kept going down considerably, get out of this damn trade. It's tanking. But I saw the fight and I knew that these people were trying to take it up. And I'm like, they're trying to bust that 52-week high. And damn it, I'm going to be in it when they do it. So I refused to look at my P&L because I knew it probably looked like shit through here. And I would have gotten scared out of it. So I saw it coming back. I saw the price coming back up. And I said, holy shit. Dude, Pebbles, the last that I looked, I was down 180, right? I stayed out of looking at it. And then right about here is when I went and checked over on Robinhood. I was up $110. I was like, yes, we made it. So I did the same thing. I said, okay, don't go the other way. You didn't panic sell. Don't get greedy. Go back and do what you just did. Watch the trade because you're going to need to know when this type of shit starts happening. Don't get greedy thinking it's going to go for broke for the rest of the day and then lose what you got. But don't jump out too early either. You're in meta. It's already paid you 110. It's going to pay you well if you chill out and stay in it. And that's what I did. So I just kept riding. I didn't get nervous. All I kept thinking was, okay, this is more and more money. And here I checked back at the P&L once or twice. I did. And then I just went on ahead and took it here. So yeah, that was a wild ride. That was a wild ride. But I wouldn't recommend that if you don't know meta, don't mess with it. And certainly don't take a $200 hit if you can't stomach that. You should always use a stop. You should always put a stop in place. But it is about risk management. So if I allocated that money knowing that I had a plan B in place if I lost it, then it's okay. It allowed me to have trade with ease. That's the most important thing I try to push to you guys. Your mental is everything. And if you're trading nervously, you're going to do dumb stuff. You're going to get out too early and you're going to leave money on the table. Or you're not going to get out at all and you're going to lose money. You got to have your head about you in this trade. Your wits need to be there. And you can't do it watching your P&L. Mark McSee is right. You can't have a P&L on your screen. You can't be watching your P&L constantly because it's going to affect your trading when you see your money going up and down like that. I literally had to stop looking, just take it off, get into the trade and put it on a whole longer time frame so I could think properly. Then I had to really get in my mind, what happens if you lose the whole thing? Are you prepared for that? What's plan B? So once all of that was established, I heard David talk about this. Now, David, obviously, we know uses stops, but he goes into a trade prepared to lose what he set up to lose. Well, what's the difference? If I was prepared to lose the 320, it's the same difference. So but your mind has to be right, and you have to trade without that fear and nervousness in your mind and in your body. I did some breathing. I literally, because I remember in my head, I was hearing Nate talk about how he goes through anxiety. Government Cheese says he gets anxiety attacks, right? When he trades heavy, right? And I didn't feel weird, but I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. So I just turned around and did some breathing exercises. I didn't stare at the candles going up and down. And I just really got relaxed. So there's a lot that you guys have to do to keep yourself mentally okay in these trades. But once you get there, you'll be able to trade and you'll be able to do it the right way. Everything that you're taught will come back into your mind. But you got to calm your nerves. You got to calm yourself down.
Yeah, that's the scary part. I haven't taken a big hit yet.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I consider $1 a big hit. I mean, that's where my brain is, So I'm probably way overcautious. But I've got to loosen up I gotta step out in the real world here, and
Yeah, you gotta.
but I do it. At least now I have my stops in place. Where
Yeah,
the whole first year and a half, I didn't use the stops, and so. But tell you what, uh, well, when I got into Apple Chat, that kind of all changed, and I haven't. I've only been in this thing now 20 days or something like that, but now I'm putting stops in all over the place. So
I'm laughing at Mark McSee and Maria down there, the exchange. Mark McSee's got in caps, always use stops. And then Maria co-signing. Did she really say she didn't have a stop at Mark McSee? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She said it. Um, but let's not act like I'm the only person that does that. I had a couple of bad experiences, so I do my risk management differently. I go in with whatever I'm prepared to lose. I mean, hey, I'm a hey, look, people have different styles of trading, right? There are people that do that. So that is how I choose to use my risk management. I don't go in with something that I can't lose, right? So I was prepared to lose that. I had already talked to Jen about it. I was prepared to lose that.
yeah,
Um that was my stop. If I had 500 in there but only could afford to lose 100 of that, I would have been being stupid, right?
yeah. Well, I felt good about my trades today, but I tell you, they weren't realistic
Yeah.
because I have I got like 2,000, and I always cut that in half, and then maybe get three to five trades out of that, whatever the 1,000 is there, and that's what I usually do. Uh,
Right.
but I didn't really do it today.
You did well. You did really good.
But
You did good. You did it the right way. You had your stops in there. You scalped. You took your green. You did it perfectly.
yeah, I
You
probably
know?
used the whole 2,000 today. But
That's
so
awesome.
tomorrow,
Let me try to put the stream link in there just in case. Let's see here. Because I put it in, but in case anybody wants to come on the panel before we get out of here. What
yeah,
is
Maria's probably under the table there. I think they've got tornado warnings in her area.
Oh my God. Hopefully she's okay. You all right, Maria? All right.
I always watch the Weather Channel to see how Maria's doing.
Do you really?
She's my Carolina connection.
Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I prefer the bearish trend. She's talking about the bearish trend going to the downside. Normally I do too. Bucko said he plays the 3 minutes because he's too cheap to pay for too cheap to pay for Trading View. Practice what you preach. Mark, is that meant for me? Practice what I preach? Miranda said, "Am I the only one that sees her Weeble screen?" Yeah, I put it up there. Yeah, but that was actually really cool. But you gotta use proper risk management, Mark. I do preach practice what I preach. I use risk management. I chose to use an amount of money that I could afford to lose. So that was my risk management. You do your risk management, I'll do mine, buddy. But I tell you what, that's another reason why I've delayed myself going into futures, because I've got to really wrap my head around that again. So, and practice with them. I got to practice with the stops, which I do. I did on TradingView. I practice with the stops, right? So I use stops on TradingView when I'm doing that all the time, but
We caught you.
well, there's a couple times I've been stopped out and I put that shit down at like 40, 50%, and a candle literally came all the way down and took me out of a trade more than one occasion. So I feel like, I'm not giving them an opportunity to do that anymore, but you should still use your stops. It's like some people don't wear a seatbelt. You listen to Government Cheese, he doesn't use seatbelts, but you should use your seatbelt, right? But he's a big guy, he can get sandwiched in a car. I choose to use an amount of money that I'm okay, just in case it goes the wrong way. I mean, at the end of the day, coach teaches us the mentality of risk management. So what is the purpose of a stop? It's to help you manage that risk, right? It's not the only way to manage risk, but as long as you're managing your risk, that's the ultimate goal, is to manage risk. We get caught up in the details. The ultimate goal is to manage your risk and to only do something that you're comfortable with doing, right?
Right.
You should use stops, especially if you're a brand new trader and don't have the mental discipline or the money worked out in your mind, what you're okay. If I had just had everything that I had on the table today in that account and just trading away, that would be different. I only had in there what I was willing to lose.
Well, one
So
thing what
that
I do is when I go in, and of course I don't trade options and stuff like that, but
mhm,
um, I'll draw a line in where I got in,
mhm.
and I'll also draw a line where my stop is.
That's good.
That way, I've got a visual thing. Um,
While you're trading, you mean on the screen you
yeah,
do that? Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. I
And of
mean,
course, if I move it up, then it gets a new line or whatever.
right.
But
That's really good, you know. Um I actually do that with Weeble. Like when I get in a trade and I'll see my position. I mean, I see the little square and the money and everything, but I'll go ahead and put a blue line to match it, a nice thick blue line, so that I can visually, so it like really, really pops at me. This
right,
is where you're at. So yeah, I get that. I do that too.
yeah.
So it doesn't look like we're gonna have anybody else come on the panel tonight, Pebble. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for coming up and
Well,
hanging out.
one other thing: is there a
Yeah.
class tomorrow morning, Saturday?
Um, I think there is, right, Miranda? There's a class with David, right? I'm pretty sure I didn't hear him say otherwise today.
Okay. Well, I'll look it up and see.
Can't revenge trade. Wait for a good set. That's right. Wait for good setups. That is it. Let me go ahead and find Coach's rules. But yeah, tomorrow David's class should be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And we're going to go ahead and end it with Coach's rules. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I will see you guys. We don't have trading. Don't forget the market is closed Monday. So I will see you guys. I may end up doing a watch party or something either Saturday or Monday. But I do want to get some editing work done. I told the media team that I would, kick out some videos this weekend so that I can, contribute to the core. So I'm probably not going to do it this weekend because I really want to focus on that, but I may do it Monday. So everybody have a great weekend. And always make sure that you are, doing the things that you need to do, getting your rest, getting your proper sleep. And, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.